Hello again, brothers and sisters. Jack Talcott here to remind you how to live without fear. I've tried to spend some time writing, but every time I spend my time writing, it starts developing into books. So today I want to get some stuff out and perhaps narrow down the focus of my intentions for the writing, or the purpose of. So today I want to share some honest perspective about what's going on. So if you can at least allow my perspective to be true, to be my perspective, what I believe, then you shouldn't react to anything that I say. So pay attention inside. That's what I've been trying to convey to people. This world that we've got going on in the United States with the disputed candidacies of our commander-in-chief, our elections. If you paid attention the last few times, actually for a long time, our elections have been a sham. And this election is one that's bringing light to the sham that the entire process is. Now, the votes are done. I shared my opinions before the election. Nobody's listened to me in a few years. But neither candidate should win. That's part of the American deception, or the deception of the American dream. You know, the dream that if we work hard and we follow the rules, then at the end of our lives we'll have a picket fence and a nice family. Those are lies to keep us enslaved to debts. This election sham thing that keeps us divided between the left and the right. And please, I used to be a proud conservative, proud Republican. Absolutely I was. And then I was a proud Democrat, vocal about my opinion both times. And now I see how foolish I was. We've got to wake up consciously with intentions to know, set a purpose to understand what is going on. What is going on with this pandemic? Is there a disease? Is there? Is it Is there fraud? Is there an agenda? Is there a few? This human existence it's pretty, it's a story that only God could have created. Let's face it. The stupidity of us. That's the part I forgot to finish. When I talk critically about what I see, when I speak critically with judgment from my perspective, it's from honesty. Because I used to believe these things, that's why I know. I used to be all sorts of things. I was a severely confused young man. According to everyone around me, I still am. But I don't know about that. They don't know all the details yet. Back to the state of our nation. As a population, the government we experience is the one that we allow. It's what's been created and allowed. The government has no more rights than the citizens allow. But see, throughout American history, throughout human history, knowledge has been reserved for a few because secrets have been profitable. Secrets create lies. So bring it into the scriptural applications of the various religions and the amazing prophets that mankind has been allowed in our past. God, there's been so many amazing people. There's so many amazing people alive today, right now. You're one of them. And if you allow my perspective to be true, I am one of them. This society created all the human beings that we see. The good ones, the bad ones, the ones we know about, the ones we don't. Capitalism is a disease, and it's spread throughout the world. And right now, capitalism is endangering the human beings that still preserve themselves within the jungles. What are we doing? We're destroying the Amazons. We're building walls against each other, prisons, making profits, selling weapons. I'm speaking of the United States right now. The decisions of our government reflect us, reflect as us to the rest of the world. I'm not proud of what the United States has shown to the rest of the world. But I know that we're all alive right now with opportunities to change it. So if you can allow my perspective to be true, it's a crazy story with a lot of lessons to be shared. And from where I sit in Spokane, Washington, with the legal, three-dimensional path of reality and rules and bureaucracy, ego, from where I sit, from my current experience, I'm 3 to 6 phone calls away from speaking to whichever candidate is true, because they can help me speak to the rest of the citizens of our federal government. Because among the blessings of the human beings we've been allowed to learn about from the past is human beings who are alive today. There's human beings alive today who have learned from others. There's options available beyond this selfishness of capitalism, and actually it would be very, very simple. So simple for us to change it. Oh, God, so simple. Life is simple. When we stop trying to control it and each other. when we start allowing life, allowing perspectives from others to be true so that we can allow ourselves to learn and to grow. Because as we learn and grow, we have more to share and offer. I mean, think of your friggin' Sunday Bible school studies. I don't know what was taught. I stayed out of them. There's too many Christians in there. I didn't like them. My mind's wandering on all the different ways we represent different things towards different people in what we are. We are breath. We are biological. We are sentient forms of consciousness. If I use sentient correctly, I think I did. Brothers and sisters, this life that we live is a game created by universe, which was allowed through God in all forms. In all forms. The I am is chosen. Before we get to start making choices, we are chosen and chosen. And the duality, the complexity of what is and is not is just incredibly mind-blowing. Boom! No wonder everyone thinks I'm crazy. All I do is think about God, and it really does blow your mind. But when you think about what God has allowed, this planet, she is beautiful, so divine, unique. That's it. God is uniquely revealed to each of us. That's how divine and incredible God is. We're so insignificant, yet we're so important. The rewards and punishment, judgment, guilt, resentment, those are the things religion's taught. This false sense of morality, because then it creates a veil from the sight of gratitude in our consciousness. It's crazy. It's divinely created. Consciousness and life and energies. It's like, wow, time? I told you I've had a lot of time on my own to think about things. But what I'm sharing is explanations of consciousness that should be easily understood by those who have willing minds and hearts that care to understand. It's a process of choices we make which allows us to understand. That was one of the explanations. So the ego within us is the memory from our experience, the one that fights to keep us alive, right? Reactive. It's been ingrained and developed through evolution over eons, right? Who knows? It doesn't matter. It reacts. So we've got that ego that seeks to protect, that fights, that thinks right now is important, or my plan is important. I'm going to control everything, and I'm going to be upset, and it's unnecessary. The spirit is what allows the ego to be. So we have within us the choice to be controlled by our ego, allow our emotions to be affected by words, by actions, or perceptions. And the spirit makes sound choices, chooses the best responses. So the ego takes knowledge that is learned, creates a meaning out of logic and reasoning, creates a truth, assigns that in the memory and the subconscious to react accordingly. And so the ego, once our mind creates a judgment and a label of what something means, the reactions start kicking in because we've told ourselves we already know. So the ego will take beliefs and it'll protect itself from feelings, and it'll protect beliefs because beliefs have kept us alive. These minds are incredible. God. They can make you feel so good. They can make you feel so bad. Anyway. We've driven ourselves insane by the things that we've told ourselves and that we've been taught. Because we do create our own reality, and imagination and thought is the first form of creation. Imagination and thought is the first form of creation. Those are all allowed. But the things we've been taught is not to trust in each other, but to trust authority. Not to trust ourselves. Our ego holds us back. Our ego keeps us safe. It puts us in comfort zones. Our ego, it's a distraction. The way to escape your ego. God, okay, so I'm sharing these symptoms of ego so that you can pay attention within your own consciousness and learn the patterns, learn the identifications, and then you figure out how to control it. But the tip to escape your ego God, that feels good. Breath. That breath is what gives us life. My knowledge of my breath in this moment tells me that I'm alive. This moment, and that knowledge means logically there are more moments. Those moments mean possibilities. I'm surrounded by problems. We all are. This world is insane. We charge each other money for knowledge, keep secrets, sell each other garbage, punish each other, fight each other, control each other, deceive each other, profit from each other. United States? What? What? Have you not been paying attention? The selfishness divides, the secrets divide. Perfect honesty is always within our choice. But perfect honesty means super acceptance. what is true, and what is loving truth, and what is now. That's God. It's spend your time focused on that. What is now? What is truth? What is loving? What can be changed and improved? This nation and this world are full of opportunities for improvement. The response to the pandemic, the plans that have been publicly orchestrated and shared, the despair in the streets, the protests, the violence, the confusion. It's all the result of poor leadership. But our citizens are our leaders. But see, in reality, citizens should lead themselves. I really do think it's time for the human race to grow up, start behaving like human beings are intended, like civilized adults, like those with honesty and integrity and love and compassion. I'm pretty sure we've all heard about examples of those. Anyway, enjoy your day. God bless. Namaste and peace. Live without fear. Because without fear is love, faith. Once you stop choosing love and faith, it really is an insane choice to go back. God bless. Peace.